So today I want to shoot a video for you based on the best advice for creating wealth, the best advice for actually getting rich. Every day I've got people all over the internet that find me online, find me on YouTube, and what they're doing is they're requesting a copy of my new book, Unstoppable, the Ultimate Real Estate Game Plan. And it's all about putting the power in your hands to learn how to create millions of dollars. In fact, you'll notice that the books that I normally write, my bestsellers, and this book, do you see a little bit of a difference there? I actually decided, what would happen if I wrote this book and basically made it like the Cliff Notes version of how anyone can start from nothing and go to millions of dollars. And that's what I decided to actually put in here.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
Every year when I get my books, I always get a whole order of free ones so that I can put them in as many hands as possible, because I may never meet you. I mean, maybe you're a subscriber and you watch my channel and I'm helping you learn how to make millions of dollars in real estate, but I know that the information that I put in this book, way more than I can fit in a video, is it's super useful and helpful for people. So I want to share with you 3 tips today for what it takes to actually become financially free and actually how to create wealth. But I think the first thing that I need you to understand is that college and the system we have in society, that's all about you becoming either self-employed or, more importantly, getting a career, an employee that works for somebody else. You're never going to be able to stop working if you're working for somebody else, because all you're doing is you're trading your own time for dollars. For you to actually get on the other side of the fence, you actually have to learn how to become an investor or a business owner. Not an operator, not a self-employed person who's putting in 60, 80 hours a week. You got to own businesses that work for you even when you're not there, because the business owners and the real estate investors, those are the people that create the most massive wealth that's out there today. So here's the 3 things that I want you to get out of this short video. The first one is that you've got to find a way to make your money work for you, which means you got to start with the most important rule of investing, which is pay yourself first. If you're working at a job and things are tight and you're check to check, take 10% of your income, pay yourself. And you'll say, but Kris, I don't have enough money for my bills. And I'm going to say, trust me, you'll figure it out. At some point, you have got to start paying the person that makes all this possible. You got to pay yourself so that you have some money that you can invest. Because even if it's a small amount of money, you need to put it somewhere where it can go to work for you and do something for you. Until you experience that, you're never going to actually break the chain. The chain might be small in the beginning, but it's the start. It's the beginning of something. The second thing that you need to understand is that the average wealthy person has 7 streams of income. So you need to be thinking, how do I actually create multiple streams of income? How do I create enough streams of income for me that actually put me where I want to be in my life? They put me actually where I want to go. This book, for example, is all about how you build 3 different of those 7 streams of wealth. And if you click the link below, you can get a free copy of this. I don't charge for it, but it is designed to be super succinct, short, and to the point. So you need to be thinking right now, just put the idea in your head. I create multiple streams of income. The third idea that I want to share with you, probably the biggest idea of the day, is that you have to have a game plan. Now, this book just happens to be called The Ultimate Real Estate Game Plan, Creating Financial Freedom from Nothing. What I do in this book is I take people that are either starting with nothing in bad credit, nothing in good credit, people that actually have some assets in bad credit, and people that have some assets in good credit. You're going to fall into one of those 4 categories. And if you do, then there's a very, very specific game plan of what you do to become financially free. Because I started with nothing except for a whole pile of debt. 4 years later, I had 25 properties producing $12,000 a month. And that's now considered the slow start. I got some people that are passing me up in a year doing what I did in a much shorter period of time, but that's because there's a game plan on exactly how to do that. That's one of the things that you need to do, is you need to actually have a game plan. Now, let me speak to game plan for just a second here. A sample game plan would be, I've got very little money, I'm at my job, I'm relatively check to check or maybe getting ahead a little bit. What do I do? Well, your game plan is all about how you get your first property and how you buy it smart and how it actually produces an excess of money for you. So for example, you buy your first house and let's say that it produces an extra $500 a month. In this book that I wrote, The Straight Path to Real Estate Wealth, I just actually came out with an updated version for today's economy because our recession's about to tank and it take off, and it's an amazing time to be in real estate. In this book, I talk about how you buy a house with or without money. You collect $5,000 up front that you get to pocket and keep. You get $500 a month of residual income, and then when you sell it, you make tens of thousands of dollars. You know, your first property, whether you're making $200 a month of cash flow or $500 a month, what we do is we actually call those freedom dollars. Because let's say you're making $4,000 a month right now. An extra $300, that can't replace your income, but it's a start. This isn't gonna happen overnight. There's some misperceptions about how fast. I mean, if you're super motivated and put the time and energy in, this can end up certainly going like a lot faster for you. But when you get one of those and you have like that extra $300, $400, $500 a month, guess what you're gonna think? I need to get me another one of those. It was after I got my second house that my brand new wife got on board with me. And she was supportive, but super leery and scared. And after that second house, the first house we were living in for free because we rented out the basement and it paid for everything. But on the second property, it had $600 left over every month. My wife's like, I don't know what to do with the money. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? She's like, Kris, I got a budget. I cancel out our mortgage with the basement money we get here, but this one, we have an extra $600. I'm like, well, what have you been doing the last 3 months with the money? She says, I'm just paying off her debt. I'm like, awesome. And she had already gotten our debt eliminated by like 20%. She was stoked. So she comes and she sits down with me. She says, Kris, you know what? We got to do more houses. For any entrepreneur, when your spouse, male or female, gets on board and says, let's do this, it changes the game. My game plan was simple, $10,000 a month. When I'm at $10,000 a month, I can quit my job. So the year I graduated college, I bought my 25th home. I ended up getting $12,000 a month. And I woke up one morning and I said, Glenn, is today the day? And she said, it's the day. And I walked in my boss's office and I basically fired myself. And oxygen has never felt the same again. There's nothing like freedom. Many of you, most of you that are watching this, you're not free. You're stuck in a cage. You might not know it because it's habituated and it's what everyone else is doing. But the reality is that I don't think we are meant to be caged. The ability to travel around the world, to do the good, to do the charitable work, to do the, solve the social problems that this world has. There's a responsibility when you actually get this information and you learn how to create wealth for yourself. So here's my invitation. I'm happy to send you a copy of this book in the mail for free. You don't have to pay for the book. I want you to cover the shipping on it. But the information that you learn here will show you 3 systems for creating wealth. And I always give my books away with a phone number to my office so you can talk to my team and actually have them give you a custom game plan. In the event that you read this and you're like, I'm still a little bit confused, they can break it down for you and show you what your next steps look like. It's a $100 value for sure. And if you have that experience, all it can do is expand your awareness of possibility. And if you expand that awareness and you find the options that are right for you, this is the year that you might change your life. And I would say to you, good timing and good on you, but good timing because guess what? Recession's right around the corner and that's when our real estate business hits its high season. This is where people make a lot of money in a very short period of time. I normally don't want anyone to ever believe that you can get rich quick in real estate, but in a recession, you can in a really, really, really big way, which is why this time I'm not doing 3,000 homes. Right now, I've got a plan for doing 70,000 homes. And the goal is, this is actually my haul to make my first $1 billion. Because check it out, I don't want to be president of the United States. I don't like all the red tape that comes with. But I'll tell you what, if I had $1 billion, I love the idea of being a billionaire philanthropist. I get to find all the enhanced social programs that I get to give back to. I get to do them on my terms. I don't have to worry about anyone's red tape. So my friends, here's my invitation for you. Get a free copy of the book, get with my team, learn what your options are, learn what you can do to become financially free yourself. It's not about you having more stuff. It's not about you being a man, living in a mansion. It's not about you having everything you want. For me, it's about living free. And you know what you would do if you were free. So now might actually be your time. Click the link, get a copy of my book, see if it ends up making the difference that can put you on the map. If not, you don't like the book, then you can refund it for $0, I guess. If anything, I think it's going to be some useful knowledge that can help you figure out how to get from where you're at to really where you're trying to go. If you're not a subscriber, I drop a video every single day, so make sure you subscribe and ring the bell. And if you like the video, share it with someone else that you want to give the free gift of this book with. Shoot, you can share it with 20 of your friends. As long as they are earnest truth seekers and they're ready to live a more free life, share this link and get the book in their hands too. Take care, my friends.